So when I first looked at getting into wild camping, I didn't want to spend a fortune on gear and equipment. And there's two reasons behind that. One was the budget. I didn't really have the money to buy all the top end gear. And two, I didn't know if I was going to like it. You know, you didn't want to spend a fortune on equipment and then find out it's not for you. So I spent a lot of time doing research and bought a lot of gear off of AliExpress. Now, if you don't know, AliExpress is basically China's version of Amazon. Not as quick delivery, but I've never had an issue with any deliveries coming from AliExpress. 9 times out of 10, it's in the UK within a week. What I did find though was not only was there a lot of cheap stuff on AliExpress, but there was also a lot of expensive stuff, branded gear that was cheaper than anywhere else. Even now that there's like import taxes and stuff like that, it still works out cheaper. And a lot of them, they actually build those prices into it now so you can see what you're paying up front rather than getting it added on when you get to the basket. So just like Amazon, you can find some really cheap stuff, maybe that isn't that great, but you can also find some very decent branded gear as well, and at a cost saving. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is twofold. One, it means you don't have to spend a fortune when you go wild camping if it's the first time. And the reason why I started my channel and named it Novice Wild Camper was quite simply to show that an idiot like me who knows nothing about wild camping can actually go out on a decent budget and enjoy the outdoors. And you don't have to be using £1,000 tent and £500 worth of quilt and sleeping mat. So you can do it on a budget. And I think when you see these extreme videos on YouTube, it puts a lot of people off of starting. And that was why I did what I did and called myself Novice Wild Camper. And I still do. I'm not an expert. And that leads me into the sponsor of today's video, AliExpress. So if you haven't used them, have a watch of this, see what you think, because you can not only save yourself some money, but you can make yourself some money as well. So if you're ready to turn your shopping into savings, I've got something quite exciting for you. It's called the AliExpress Cashback Challenge. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Let me break it down for you in the simplest way possible. Once you join my team, when you shop on AliExpress, you'll earn points and have 2% cashback in your pocket. As your points increase, you can unlock up to 10% total cashback and save up to £400 in cashback. The higher the team points, the more cashback you get. For detailed points rules, check AliExpress. Joining my team is really simple. All you do is click on the link in the description, download the AliExpress app, assuming you haven't already got it, and search for the keyword novice. Or scan the QR code on the screen now. Once you're in, it's game on. You can even invite all your friends and family to join my team. The more people, the more cashback we all get. So rally your squad together. So I have recently got the Wakako Mini Presso NS2, which is a portable espresso maker with NS capsules. So you can use Nespresso capsules or your local branded supermarket ones, and it makes absolutely fantastic espresso coffee. Now this coffee machine is a similar price to what you can get elsewhere, but if you use my code NOVICE5, you get £5 off a purchase over £30, Novice 15, you get £15 off a purchase over 100, and so on, going up to Novice 35. So there are some discounts to be had on anything that you buy over certain price levels. The AliExpress Cashback Challenge is April the 15th to April the 30th, so join my team to get up to £400 cashback and click the link in the video description below. So I am in South Wales today on a wild camp, and it's a group meetup. So Boys in the Wood, who you've probably seen if you've watched my previous videos, it's his 40th birthday. Makes me feel old. But I'm also doing a review on 2 new Olight torches. One of them you can probably see the O-clip attached to me here at the moment, and I've got a discount if anyone is interested in buying one of them. But they're really cool little torches. I've had to play with them, so I'll show you later on when it gets dark. It's a lovely woodland this. There's bluebells everywhere. It's nice and quiet. Apart from the birds, obviously. So if you ever watch Boys in the Woods videos, there's 2 main places they go to in the woods. One's called the Little Build, the other one is called the Big Build. As you might have seen from my previous videos, I've been to the Little Build quite a few times, but I've never been to the Big Build. So I'm hoping he's going to meet me somewhere before I get to the woodlands, because otherwise I'll probably get lost. Yeah, should be good to get there. Not been there before. I've watched the series of him building his little hut thing. Looking forward to this one. And I can't wait for a beer. I seriously underestimated how warm it was today. I've got this big woolen shirt on. I thought I'd go Woodland style. I'm absolutely roasting. It was forecasted rain. That hasn't happened, which I'm happy about. Right, so I'm at the big build finally. I'm camped a little bit away from it because there's not that many sort of flat spaces around here. But I'm out in the Hill 0 Scout 2P at the moment. Nice and camouflage, can't really see it there, tucked away in the woodland. Bottle of wine. I'll introduce you to the boys in a bit, but we've just been sitting there de-sweating because I've been so hot, having a beer and having a chat and a laugh, so I'll bring you back in a bit. Right, so this is the big build. I've not been here before. This is all made, handmade by Gez and I think a few others. It's massive. It's got an upstairs platform. With all the wood in this forest, and you've brought kindling.
Am I too drunk now? Am I talking shit? Just tell me if I'm talking shit.
It's returning it to the forest.
Right, let's go in here. A little shelter area over here. I think some of it's fallen down. There's a ladder here. I don't fancy climbing it. With an upstairs bit. Cool. Birthday boy.
That's good cross-eyed then, isn't it? Do it again. Oh!
Right, so introduction to everyone. Gez, it's your 40th birthday.
It is.
You've got a hole in your jacket. Where's your nice rab one you got for your birthday?
I'm not winning the rab one here.
That was a donation from the brother.
You better look after it. He's not getting anything that's good next year.
So we've got Geraint. They're all Welsh. They're all called Geraint. Mr. Wild Wells, Adam over there. Camping down 85, the fighting man. When are you fighting Tyson? Is it on yet?
No.
Or
He keeps ducking me.
Is it KSI?
I'll fight any of them.
You fight any bastards!
Anyone.
And there's a couple of others. Oh, we've got Glenn Mellish.
Hey Glenn, I'm sex addict.
Sex addict.
On my own.
Yeah, the solo sex addict. He loves sex on his own. On his own in the woods. That's his favourite sex. So yeah, anyway, brief intro. There's two more in there, and yeah, we're at the big build. I've had a few beers, and we've just been shooting some catapult, which was good fun. Obviously, I was best. You know, can't help that. But yeah, I'm going to get on my lager. I'll bring you back later on when it's dark, and I'll show you these Olights.
A rabbit soup.
Come on, Glenn, last one. Is it the last one? Oh. Second shot wasn't quite dead on. It was a clip. That was a clip.
I like them to suffer.
This is one for the calendar.
I should be on a carabiner on a fucking spring-loaded thing.
Don't know where that went.
Did you do it in two?
Yeah. Oh, damn. Well, I took it straight off, mate. I just annihilated it.
Oh,
was that the stump? Was that the stump? I saw it move.
It was the very bottom.
So this is the next morning. I'm just on my way back from the camp, and I wanted to interject here because I was watching my videos back, and obviously there was a fair bit of people using a catapult. So I just wanted to point out, in case anyone made a comment or a complaint, although we are using a catapult, the pellets are biodegradable clay pellets, so they're basically made of mud. So they're not metal ball bearings, so they're all environmentally friendly, keeping it clean.
Be happy to say I left a landmine from fucking Bond.
So I've got two torches to test out tonight. One is they're both from Olight. This is the Warrior Pro, which comes in a really good belt pouch. So I've had this on today, and it's really handy because it clips, as opposed to you haven't got to put your belt through it. so it just clips over your belt. It's a really nice little pouch with a locking clip on the front, and then you press the front clip button and it unlocks. It's a really lovely blue, dark blue colour. Good looking torch. It's got two options on here. So the rear end is the magnetic charging port, so that attaches to the normal sort of Olight magnet charging, but you've got a sort of a tactical button on here to turn on, and then you've got the main button on the front here as well. So if you press and hold this, it will turn on and it will show you the power level as well. So it not only shows you what level of light you're on, but also what level of battery you've got. And if you press and hold it, it goes through different power levels. Double click up to 2,500 lumens. The tail cap, if you press it once, click it, it goes on to turbo. There's two different versions you can set, so you can actually program this to either be turbo and then a medium level, or you can hold the two buttons down and change it to a different section so that it goes to a strobe using the end button as well. But basically, when you turn this on, it has a memory, and if you hold it, it goes through three different options. So you've got high, medium and low. When it's off, if you press and hold it, it just goes to 1 lumen. So you've got a moonlight mode. I will take it outside and show you in a second. But the other torches I've been using sitting around a campfire most of the night is the O-Clip Ultra. This thing is really, really cool. It's the same blue metallic colour that the Warrior is, and it's really nice. It's got 3 different lights. So you've got a flood beam, you've got a spotlight, then you've got a UV light as well. And on the side here, see if this will focus, you've got a scroll wheel. So when it's on, you can turn it through those 3 light options. You have a lockout on it, it's the same as the other torch. Doesn't work now. Press and hold it, and it will come on. So it goes on and off again in memory mode. But then if you press and hold on that button, it goes through 3 different options from a low, medium and high. Double click to go on to turbo. Next to the spotlight, so that goes on to an actual dot of a spotlight, as you can see behind me. And then you've got a UV light. You might think, why would you want a UV light? It's handy for finding things. So if it's, let me turn this light out because you're not going to see it outside. So with the UV light, I don't know if you're going to see it in here, but it picks up anything that's white. A bit like being in a disco when there's a UV light on. If I show you it on my watch, UV light is the best for lighting up any kind of luminescent watch. So it really charges a luminescent watch. But also it's handy, I say handy for finding things. It just picks up white light or white items really well. And also if there's any dirt or filth, I find a UV light actually a lot handier than I thought I would do. But it makes a massive difference to your watch. Look at how bright that is. I'll show you all of these outside and see what they're like. The larger torch, the Warrior, goes up to 2,500 lumens, so that should be really, really bright in this woodland. I'll take it outside and I'll show you what it's like now. Now, although these are new torches, I do have a discount code. So if you use Michael18, random code, but I'll put a link in the description below if you do want to buy one, and there is a discount code for anything across the range of the Olight products bar one model. So I'll show you this one first. This is the tiny little O-Clip. Okay, so here is the O-Clip, and this is on flood mode. So this is the lowest setting, which is like a moonlight mode. So hopefully you can see it from there. And then it goes up to the next medium setting, and then high. So yeah, loads of wide light. I mean, I can see more than enough. If I scroll through the next option, it goes to spotlight mode. So if you can see here, this really lights up a fair distance away. And again, if you press and hold, it goes through from a low spot medium level, and then high. Which for this tiny little clip, it is amazingly bright. Really, really bright light. If you can see me here in the UV light, it picks up anything that's white. So, like my shirt. And any dirt on my jacket. Okay, so now this is the Warrior. And this goes up to 2,500 lumens. This is 1 lumen. So this is the moonlight mode, which obviously just gives you enough light to be able to just about see. Press and hold it, you then got low. And then medium. And then high. This is high, but it's not turbo. This is turbo, 2,500 lumens. See if I can annoy my friends down there. This is incredibly bright. It's a very good spot. If you press it 3 times, it goes on to strobe. So yeah, this 2,500 lumen. Show you from behind the camera in this Woodland, really lights it up. Full beam on the O clip, that's on flood, and there's your spot. Pretty good for what is a tiny, tiny little torch. So yeah, that is the Olight Warrior and the O clip. I love this torch. It is such a cool little torch, very, very handy just to stick on your backpack, use it for hiking and walking. You can clip it on anywhere. It's got a little spring clip here, as you can see, so you can attach it to anything. And the fact that it's got a spotlight, a flood and a UV light, I think it's fantastic. So if you click on the link in the description below, use my code, Michael18 I think it is, but I'll put it in the description below, then you can get these at a discounted price. Good morning. I had a really good sleep last night. I think 4 cans of lager and a bottle of red wine probably helped. Yeah, a nice lay in, woke up at 8 o'clock. Right, did you have a good birthday?
Yes, tiring birthday.
Two nights camping on the lash. Yeah. It was good fun. Good to meet you all.
I don't think the camping was the on the lash part. I think the actual on the lash part was the
on the lash part. Yeah. Well, thanks for inviting us. Did a big build.
Well, thanks for taking the drive up.
It's good to see it. Yeah, it was a good crack last night. It was a good laugh watching Adam fall asleep in the chair.
3 hours.
Yeah. Most of the guys are gone, but yeah, I'm gonna get packed up in a minute. So we've just had breakfast, been chilling out together, and I'm gonna pack up and head home. So yeah, if you do fancy those Olights with a discount, then click the link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, hopefully only a short one. Didn't do much filming last night, but if you did, as always, hit a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.